cielo che mi cade addosso, ogni goccia sa di ciò che ho perso. Resto ferma sotto questo piano che nessuno chiama per nome. Mentre
They call man Stu, cause I really been stuck in the studio. On my way to the top, no I ain't there yet, but I'm gonna be soon though. If a man give lip in the party, lick man's head with a bottle of Fulio. Talk on my name when a man's not there, but show man love when I enter the room though. Gotta talk when a man's not there. No way you could've say it to my face. I said the bar so high, 10 million streams, it's hard to keep pace. No USA, when I say I'm in a whole new state. I told mum don't worry, I'm breaking the odds and I'll do what it takes. No way could they do it like me, no way could they match my work rate. Have you ever been chasing a bag so hard that you feel like calling a first date? Bro said that she broke his heart, I can never be there in the first place. Gotta make sure the margin's good by the end of the week.
Hey, what up gang? So if you do not know me, my name formally is Doles Makwaza, and I am documenting my journey to becoming the person that everyone else is avoiding. Basically trying to become the best version of me. And if I'm the best version of me, then I'm just chasing $1 million like everyone else. Yeah. But obviously, the reason why I am chasing $1 million is essentially to see how or who I become in the process. You know. But enough of that. I think you also know that I'm hosting a challenge. It's called the Great Lock-In Challenge. It's supposed to last for 90 days. Not that it's supposed, but it is lasting for 90 days. And last week was week 3, and there is a lot of stuff I learned. And to be honest, it was really, really draining. Week 3 was probably one of the toughest weeks because essentially it was one of those weeks where it required my mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. I almost said I think, because my mind and body was the one that's felt completely drained at that point. Because essentially, I was meant to go in for work for because that week I was actually going in at work. So, if you don't know, I work as a waiter. So, it's a part-time thing, but technically it's not part-time. I'm like a full-time, but part-time, somewhere around there. Part-time, full-time. But all you need to know is I'm a waiter. I work as a waiter. This December I'm just a waiter. I'm asleep. That's all I'm doing this December. Yeah. So there are a couple of stuff that I learned last week that you need to, I feel like you need to also know, because especially if you're in between the ages of 18 to 25, 16 to 25, early 20s, let's say early 20s, okay? I feel like there'd be core essential to what you're gonna go through in the next course of your life, because essentially your 20s are, I think everyone should know this by now, that your 20s are the most important years. Your early 20s are literally your most important years that you have. That is an asset. That is a huge asset, a huge investment that you can make, sacrificing your 20s. Dude. So, without further ado, let's get it rolling. There are a couple of lessons, like I said before, so let's just get down to it. And the first lesson is your early 20s, well, basically the whole summary of it all is that your early 20s are not for comfort, they're actually for escape. Alright? And what I mean by this, so like I said before, your early 20s are literally dude, the asset. You know what I'm saying? They're literally your sorry, I had to answer a call real quick. But yeah, like I was saying, what was I saying? Right, cool. Right, so like I said, your early 20s are a huge asset to you and that you can actually invest in. Alright, cool. Cause like I said, they're meant for escape. Escaping what exactly? So, like I said before, I work as a waiter. Yeah. And that means I'm literally in what the grown-ups would say as life. You know, the big world. You're introduced to the big world. You know, that's essentially where I'm in. The real world. You know, and me working there has essentially taught me that I've got to go all in. I've got to go all in. Dude, because I don't want to be where they're at. Like, literally, I'm the youngest. I'm one of the youngest workers there, you know. I'm one of the youngest workers. Everyone else is like probably like over the 25s, 30s, around there. That's like the age range, literally from, I think, youngest should be at least 29. I hope 28, 30. I think that's the youngest, 34, I don't know. But literally everyone is over the age of 29, let's say that. And they worked in the restaurant industry and practically made it, not their career, if that's the best way I can say it. They've made it their life at that point, you know what I'm saying? Like, that is their job, working in that industry. Now, I'm not trying to put shame on their names and be like, oh, okay, cool, he was his waiter, and that's where he's end up. It's the end for him. No, anything can change. Anything can change, bro. I'm not putting shame in them. I fully respect these people. I fully respect these people because they've helped me out year in, year out, day in, day out. Like, these people are fully respect, fully love. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to these people. But, and I know that they're also rooting for me and making sure that I do not end up in the same route they took. Because essentially, they're old. Firstly, I have to respect them. And they know that I'm young, I have potential, and they don't want me to end up in their shoes, you know, because the life they're living is not the life that they chose, you know. And when you're in your 20s, dude, you have the opportunity to make a difference, you know, to literally switch up and change your life. And that for me is what I'm praying that you do, because literally the world out there, the real world, is extremely tough. You are literally on your own. No one is coming to save you, bro. No one is coming to save you, bro. Like, fuck all this mommy and daddy is gonna pay for this shit. No, dude, like, my guy, we're out here paying rent. I'm out here, dude, it's crazy. Not only you out here trying to pay rent, you're out here trying to feed a family. You're out here trying to make sure that your kids have clothes. Imagine you have kids. You have kids. You're having to look after a miniature version of yourself. My guy. Nah. So that's why I'm trying to say that your 20s are a huge investment that you can make. Like, literally sacrificing your 20s. And that's one of the greatest things that one of my aunts has told me. Right? One of my aunts has told me. I love that lady. With all my heart, I love that lady. Yeah, shout out. I love that lady. One of the things she told me last year, 2024, I think it was early 2024, I'm like, March, April. She said that, you know, you have to struggle now so that you can live the life that you want in the future, you know, because the life that she's living She did the opposite. She enjoyed her life earlier, between the ages of 17 and 25, and she regretted it. That was one of her biggest regrets, enjoying life early. And then she ends up having to struggle now. And by the way, this aunt I'm talking about, she's my co-worker at the same time, you know. She's a co-worker I work with at the same time. So essentially, bro, just lock in. Whatever the content that I'm creating here, watch it, devour it, consume as much as information as possible, and just fucking lock in. But then that's the first lesson, bro. Investing in your 20s, alright? Grind as hard as fuck as you can, so that you don't waste your entire life. Alright, cool. Because the world is incredibly toxic. It is extremely tough out there. Because essentially you're the one looking out for yourself. No one's gonna buy you any shit except for you. So you have to learn how to make your own money. You have to learn how to earn. You have to learn how to learn. You have to, like, dude, you take orders now. You take orders. You're not your own boss, bro. You have someone shouting at you. So it's up to you now. It's up to you now. But that's the first lesson. And the worst part is no one really gives a fuck about you, bro. I think that one, before I close this first part, no one gives a fuck about you, bro. No one gives a real fuck about you, bro. It's all about value. It's all about value. What do you present? And that's the best way you can do, you know. And a lot of us are like, look, I'm gonna probably break it to you, dog. A lot of you people are like chasing money, chasing bag. What are you chasing? You're not chasing anything. What do you mean I'm chasing money? Money's not real, dude. Didn't I tell you who money's not real? Money's not real, dude. You are the money. You are the money. I am the money. I am the money. I only learned this like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when I went back to like Rich Dad Poor Dad. Yeah, I went back to like listening to the audiobook Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I also went back to like listening to this podcast, or just a motivational podcast called the Jim Rohn something, right? And one of the biggest lessons was that, yo, bro, you are essentially the value or the asset, bro. You are the asset, right? So sacrifice your 20s to actually build value, you know. Learn a skill. Learn a skill. Become valuable in the marketplace. Do something. Learn how to be disciplined. Get status. Get strength. Do something. You know, something that will make you valuable. Something that we can say, okay, shit, this person can do this. All right, cool. Let's get him in. All right, let's see what it can produce. That's essentially the market. You know, no one will hire you just for I'm passionate and energetic. That's what you put on your CV, dude. I mean, what skill do you have? What skill can you do? Can you get the company money? Can you do that? Can you make the company that you're working for money? That's why they'll hire you, and that's why they'll never leave. If you ever ran into someone, and shout out to this nigga, because I work with a person like this, bro. I work with a person like this, bro. Nigga is so good at his job, bro. Niggas just become valuable. Be good at what you do. Or go find something that you're good at, enjoy it, and become so good at it that you become irreplaceable, dude. But yeah, the second part of the video, the second thing I learned is that, and this is one for me, or one for you guys too, is that once you actually get into like this, once you like your body, once you become like extremely tired, your standards drop. Or you drop your own standards. You know what I'm saying? And remember, I went in like 5 days of work. I only went 5 days of work. But I pushed myself to like an extreme point and limit, bro. I double shifted, so I opened and closed. So the restaurant opens at 6, closes at like around 9, but we end up leaving like around 10 because we still like need to like close the shop and shit. So that's around like I don't know how many hours is that, but remember I double shift on my own accord. I made it. It's my choice to double shift. Look, it's my choice to double shift because I essentially am working for the money essentially, and you know, for the tips. And I'm also working to like increase my pain tolerance, because I know like next year it's gonna be like a little bit of whoop-de-doo. Second year, and you do engineering. If you do engineering, you should know what's gonna the worst case. So I'm just preparing myself for 2026 and that that workload, you know. But the point is that when you're tired, like literally, like you're depleted, like your standard's drop, or you can't even meet the standard. All right. And one of the things that can actually help you defeat this is literally have structure in your life. Because once discipline goes, build structure. All right, build structure. So literally, I ended up having to build like this protocol, like a fatigue protocol. So like whenever like I'm like dead tired, I have like this procedure where which I follow, that essentially, okay, I need to follow A, B, and C so that I don't fall into degeneracy. And degeneracy is basically doom scrolling, watching porn, what else is there? Watching anime, just trying to escape, basically. But like I said, sorry, my phone ran out of space, so I had to like clear up some stuff. Yeah, I'm limited to like 128 gigabytes. 128 gigabytes, and I still like have a memory card which holds about like 64 gig. Yeah, and majority of the videos that I record are saved onto the memory card, so memory card is almost getting full. Yeah, I know. But yeah, level of energy gets dropped, trying to meet the standard up to here, can't seem to meet the standard, build a structure around it. So literally have a routine. Like I say, I'm probably going to emphasize this a lot. Build a routine, bro. Have routines. Have a morning routine, have a night routine. Dude, it just like makes everything easier when you just follow like a couple of steps that will get you one, builds like your day and like helps you like reset. All right, I do not have a proper night routine. I don't have a proper night routine. Yes, I have like a couple of sequences and steps which help me, you know, kind of like reset, helps me de-stress after like a long day. But I actually like don't, because I can end up like grinding or doing like some stupid productivity, something productive up until like 1 a.m. Like last night, like I ended up working until like 1 a.m. So rest as much as possible, bro. Rest is not, it's a weapon, not a luxury. It's a weapon, not a luxury. It's not even a choice, no more dog. But what else is there that I learned? Right, cool. So have a structure, have something that you can follow. All right, especially going into next year, life is gonna get really tough. Right. What else did I learn? I think those are the most important two things right now. What else is there? I wrote this down. So I kept my notes on my laptop, so I was just trying to check up. But yeah, I think that's about it. Just those two things. Just those two things. I just can't remember anything. Alright, yeah. I'm also meant to post a video on how to teach you guys on how to time block, how to actually structure your day. But if you really did enjoy the video, just like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how you're going through this December. Are you locked in? What's the one thing you'd like to change for yourself and see next year in 2026? Because I know you people will just generally like want to change their life by the time it is 2026. There's a reason why I started this challenge too. Because essentially, bro, I'm not gonna wait. I've learned that this thing of having to be like, oh, okay, next year I'm going to change, turn over a new leaf, you know. This year, yeah, we all have bad years. We all have bad years. I've had them too. I've had them too. We all have bad days, we all have bad months. But essentially, if you have like I have a long-term goal. That long-term goal, I'm pretty sure I said it earlier in the video, was to reach $1 million, right? But essentially, what am I doing in the short term to actually get there? You understand? So, my guy, listen, don't go year in, year out, being like, okay, yeah, this is what I want. It's more of how much have I progressed each month, how much have I progressed each week, how much have I progressed each day, you know. And I feel like if you start breaking that into like breaking it down from just a year to a month to a week to a day to an hour to a minute to like, what the fuck am I doing every second? That can be a huge separating role, and that for me has been separating. Like literally, I have no time to waste. I have no time to waste whatsoever. I have no time to waste. Like right now, it's like 10:47 a.m. and I need to get to work and finish this project that I'm working on, and then fucking put it up and see how it goes. But yeah, like I said before, put it down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are working on. If you're locked in, what's the goal for 2026? And at the same time, like, helps the channel, just subscribe, bro, because essentially you're only getting value. And if you really want to change your internal belief, stick with us, stick with me on the journey, bro. I was like you, I turned over a new leaf. Now look, my head is dug into the ground and I only have tunnel vision, bro. And I only see the way out, bro. I only see the way out, the light, going towards it now. We're pushing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Yeah. I'll see you guys in another video. Posting every day is a bit, you know, last week was tough, bro. I learned a lot. But yeah, love y'all guys. Mwah.